this with the 8:30 High Beam as we are on this Monday with President's Day. He's not the president, but he's, what are you, the assistant superintendent at Buckeye Career Center?
Director of Adult Education, Curriculum Structure, whatever you want it to be,
Okay.
Brad.
You're almost the president. Frank Polen. Frank, good for you to join us today. We thank you, especially on a holiday.
Brad, I don't know too many better places to be than with you right here, catching up and sharing some good information about Buckeye Career Center.
That's true. We tried that yesterday. We previewed our show yesterday.
We did. You tapped out a little early, though. I mean, you only got a couple hours of watching in. I think I had a total of, it was close to a 12 and a half hour day. So all good, though. All good.
I had a specific task
you
in
sure
mind.
Did. You sure did.
So that was good. And speaking of specific tasks, you have some in mind, including a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night for adult education, 4:30 to 6:30 on our campus is our open house. And so real easy, Brad, 2/22/22.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tuesday night, 4:30, 6:30, we'll meet in the cafeteria. From there, we'll have our full-time instructors and talk about their programs. We'll have enrollment opportunities, financial aid information, so our staff will be on hand to answer any questions, be able to tour and see the facilities if that's what you'd like to do as well. And that's an opportunity just to gather more information. It's an opportunity to apply. It's an opportunity to learn more about financial aid. So it's a very important night because one of the things, Brad, that people don't realize is as adult education, that's a post-secondary option. It's a realistic post-secondary option, and all of the programs, with the exception of cosmetology, get this, are done in less than 9 months' time.
That's really good because that's what adults are looking for sure. And yeah, you can do the Phoenix University thing, but it's really much nicer to have a hands-on and be able to see what you're going to be getting into.
Yeah, one of the things that's different in that regard is, and just like many, I was a college graduate, okay? There's all different pathways to get to where you want to go. But as a college graduate, I had a nice little piece of paper that had my name on it and said that I had a bachelor's degree in this or that, right? What could I do?
Right.
I got one in education. If I don't pass my credential test, if I don't get my license and pass those tests, I can't teach, can't work in schools, etc. That's the interesting thing about our full-time programs. Every one of those come with an in-demand industry credential. They come with a license that says this is what I can do. So another thing I always keep in mind too, Brad, is you're not sitting in philosophy class or English class or art
history
or whatever it may be. The bookwork that you will be completing is related to the career that you want. So it's now applied academics. Are you certainly going to use math skills in all of our programs? Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Are you those types of things? Reading manuals. You're going to use your academic skills, but you're going to be able to apply them and really turn into more hands-on learning opportunities.
Yeah, being able to see that's good. And you also have an opportunity for people to, apply for and perhaps get some money.
Absolutely. The one big thing that, as we go around and we talk to all the graduating seniors, and we certainly want to get this out public, understand the difference between a grant and a loan.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
Because and we operate in grants. We don't operate in loans. And the reason why, because one of the worst things you can ever do is default on college loans. That'll hurt your credit for a long, long time. Yeah. So scholarships in terms of grants, we operate in a Pell Grant. And for a 900-hour program to a 750-hour program to a 600-hour program, you can see the sliding scale on full grant up to partial grants and how that knocks off your tuition. Huge impact. The other thing is we offer a partner school scholarship. So each one of our 11 partner schools, a student that is graduating this year, so for example, Claymont, Indian Valley, right here in our local listening area, a senior from one of those schools could apply for that scholarship and receive a tuition-free scholarship. Now, our fees are so there's tuition and there's fees. By applying for the scholarship, if you're granted that takes care of the tuition part of it. Now, let's say I get some other fundings. Let's say I get local scholarships. If I get the Tuscarawas VFW scholarship, and they're okay with applying that $500, that $1,000, all of a sudden that price comes down and down and down. And I give an example of a dental assistant. If I'm a full Pell qualifier, with the amount of hours, the amount of tuition, it could cost me $2,000 or so maybe if I'm a full. And if I have any scholarship money, all of a sudden I'm going free with a career certificate, which means I'm immediately employable in less than 9 months. How do you beat that, Brad?
No, well, you can't.
I always say this, use other people's funding streams, or use other people's money, use other people, through scholarships, etc. Look online. There's literally hundreds, thousands of scholarships available. Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs. A lot of people watch that show. Dial Soap. They'll give scholarships away. Yeah. It's amazing. $500 here, $500 there. Adds up. Use other people's money to make your money.
And they're wanting to do that. It's not like you're stealing it. So
absolutely.
That's what somebody's going to get it. You might as well. So you talk about how many of these courses are there again for adults?
We have 9 full-time courses that are Pell eligible.
Okay.
Now, our part-time courses and things along that lines are not eligible for Pell grants, okay? But there are things coming down the line, short-term funding, second chance grants. A second chance grant would be the state initiated this. If I go to college and maybe I find out it's just not for me. That's my story. I wish this was available when I was there, okay? You can apply for a second chance grant and get money to enter one of the full-time programs. Now, the caveat is you have to do that before you start the program. You can't. Yeah. And it just came out, so next year would be maybe the first opportunity students are able to do that through our institution. So if someone went to Akron University and thought that's what they wanted to do and realized they don't, look into that second chance grant opportunity. Call our adult education office. Steve Rippeth, our assistant director, has a lot of information on that he can share.
Good. We need to keep Steve busy.
Absolutely.
What does it mean when you guys talk about new skill, reskill, upskill? That sounds like getting better at something.
There's no question. So our full-time programs, that would maybe be a brand new skill for somebody so that they can enter that career, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you look at the pyramid, if you will, you'll hear a lot of negativity, and different times you'll say, well, people just don't want to work. Statistically, that's not true, Brad.
Yeah.
The problem is there are less workers out there. And I use this example, my own family, my dad was one of 8. I was one of 4. I have 2. So family structure is getting smaller as people my age and above me are getting older and wanting to retire.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now I get a new skill to start a new career. Maybe I've got a reskill because maybe a place maybe it was due to COVID, maybe it was just downsizing. So my job that was there no longer exists. I rode on the back of a garbage truck. Now that was a 3-man crew when I was there. Now it's a 1-man crew because it's automated. So now those 2 gentlemen or ladies or whatever it may be may need to go find a new skill. Mm-hmm. That's where we come in. Okay, so now we reskill for a new career or I upskill. And if I want to upskill, so now I'm working. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm following my passion, but I'd like to get a few more training ideas. I'd like to move up maybe the leadership management. Maybe I'd like to move up the pay scale. So I come and take a part-time class to upskill so I can fill that empty void. It's going to be huge from the Intel announcement.
Yeah.
That's going to have direct, you talk to our local government leaders. That could have a huge impact in our area.
They're all preparing already.
And should be. Yeah. And, as you look at it, that's a $20 billion investment up front. I think in 10 years, it's supposed to be a $100 billion investment. So you've got to build it. You've got to have everybody work there. And people are like, well, I don't want to drive all the way there. Great. The person who lives a half hour away now takes that job, cuts your drive down, you take theirs. You backfill all these opportunities. But what you have to have is you have to have a skill. Mm-hmm. And all of those programs, full-time and some of our part-time, that's a skill development and an industry-recognized credential.
Who's teaching those classes? I mean, they've got to be certified.
Yeah, generally it's everyone who has had experience in the field. We have licensed instructors, so they had to have at least 5 years experience in the field. So many, like on our part-time classes, Brad, it's people that work right here in our community that are coming back and building that infrastructure to fill the gaps and continue to improve, because sooner or later everyone has that dream to retire, right? And for us to retire, you and I, we're similar in age. We have to have people fill the positions and be ready to support economies so that we can do that.
Right. Yeah. So true. Before we finish, think of Buckeye Career Center. I don't know. I think of the high school students first, and the enrollment is ongoing. Do we still have some openings? Because I know that fills.
Yes, we do. I tell you, Brad, we're real pleased. I say we're Buckeye proud. How's that?
Yeah,
one
there
to be?
you go.
We're back in applications to where we were pre-COVID for new students coming in.
Yeah,
so we're back to that number again. Obviously, COVID had an impact on it, because I'm coming for hands-on learning. Well, if I'm not going to be able there for hands-on all the time, but I think people are seeing the value. We benefit from our skills each and every day. There's nothing that we don't do that our programs don't touch.
Yeah.
And the better job frame workers you have, right, the better your communities are, the better your schools are, everything. So, yeah, we're really happy. But anytime, both high school and adult education, right on our website, there's a real nice button. I think it's green up in the right-hand corner. It says Apply Now. And you can go on our website and see every information about our high school programs. You can see every bit of information about our adult programs. And certainly Apply Now is a good time to do it.
Yeah, I would think so. Sometime when you come back, we'll talk about impressions that people out of the area have on the facility and the institutions.
That'd be great. Brad, do I have time to point out one quick thing? I brought in today an economics benefit of career technical education in the state of Ohio. Okay, so the University of Cincinnati did a study for the Ohio Association of Career Technical Superintendents. Many homes have had this mailed to them. If we look at the programs that are available in here and talk about the return of the investment, and what cost factor and what you can do, it's mind-boggling. Like, a person with a skill, a career technical certificate, within the first five years will make $12,000 more than just a high school graduate. Okay, so on top of everything else, and that continues to progress. Where there's a couple careers that within 20 years is like a 5,000% return on your investment. It is mind-boggling, and I believe this is also posted on our website, Brad, as well. But really a great time educationally to think about a new career or upskill or reskill.
Yeah, if you're interested in improving yourself and making a lot more money, that might be something that to look into.
What they say, it's not important, but it's reasonably close to oxygen. I think I've heard some people say that. But now, the most important thing is what kind of quality of life do you want to have? What lifestyle do you want to have? And what is your best route to get there? And we're just one of the many routes that are there for people.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in again. Appreciate that, and hope you have a good holiday.
Thanks to you as well, Brad.
Good luck to your team next time.
Thanks.
That's Frank Polen of Buckeye Career Center here on our 8:30 High Beam this morning.